I don't know if the judges are changing their minds or if they're looking for a different standard. I have not talked to them, nor do I know who were the judges. But I can tell you that Rami, Big Rami, he could have won again. I mean, all he had to do is just stay the same the way he was, and decrease his waist by 1 inch and increase his calves by 1 inch. That's all he had to do all year long, and he would have won again. But what a lot of these guys do is they think bigger is better, and bigger is not better. I mean, better is when you go and create more symmetry, when you create more definition, more muscle separation, and that you have a body where one body part doesn't steal something from the other body part. Like, for instance, to give you an example, when I saw Rami, his double bicep from the front and the back, it's awesome. But the deltoids now and the upper pectoral muscles that go kind of into the deltoid, that when he lifts up, now is so enormous that it actually made his enormous biceps, and his big arms, it made it disappear. All of a sudden, his arms looked smaller than they were. Why? Because his deltoids were overshadowing kind of his bicep and his arms. So this are the kind of things that is extremely important to create a body and to chisel away on that body and to mold the body to perfection, not to bigger. Because bigger is not, I mean, he was already so huge. So therefore, why get bigger? I mean, you can only hurt yourself. And it reminds me a little bit on a good old days, because I remember that Sergio Oliva, as you know, beat me in 1969. And he beat me because he was a little bit bigger than I was, and he was more ripped than I was. So what does he do? The following year, he gains 10 pounds. Well, it's very difficult to gain 10 pounds of muscle quality and of perfection. So he gained 10 pounds. And so we met at the Mr. World competition in Columbus, Ohio, that Jim Lorimer organized. So I was fine-tuned. I lost my 5 extra pounds, and I was fine-tuned. And Sergio came in with the 10 pounds heavier, and I beat him. And so this was a perfect example that bigger is not better. And so some people make that mistake. It's not a mistake that is not reversible. So the Rami can come back, next year and just say, okay, I'm going to lose 10, 15 pounds or 20, and I'm going to chisel down my waist size. I get my calves up, and I'm going to perfect my posing, and I'm going to get rid of kind of the few flaws that I have. So it's totally reversible, because he was fantastic last year. But I just think that the winners that they picked this year, I couldn't even criticize one placing, because as we all know, it's a matter of opinion anyway, right? So, I mean, of course, one can say, well, Derek maybe was better than Hardy, and Nick was better than Brand, all of this kind of things. That always goes on. But the bottom line is, when I look at the top 5 of the Olympia, I thought that the judges did really a great job. I really think.